How's it going, everyone? Jesse here from Still It. This is also the jackass that forgot to turn the mic on when recording this episode. So sorry guys, you're stuck with overdubbing. Anyway, today what I wanted to do was make a FFV aged on oak. And the reason I wanted to do that is when I first made the FFV, Teddysad totally hooked me up. He's the guy that came up with this recipe, and he suggested that this FFV can really handle a little bit of oak quite well. The guy obviously knows what he's talking about, so I figured I'd take him at his word and give it a crack. So what I want to do is use these two small pieces, of French oak, one piece of lightly toasted American oak, and one piece of fairly heavily toasted American oak at 220 for about 2 hours. And that's going into my FFV, which I've proofed down to 66%. Now, with what I've put in here, I'm planning on leaving this for probably about 2, maybe 3 months. But I will, of course, be checking in on it probably once a fortnight to begin with, and then when it's getting close, once a week or something like that. But guess what? Here's one I prepared earlier. This is pretty much exactly 2 months old now, and as you can see, it only has one small piece of lightly toasted American oak and one even smaller piece of French oak in it, and it started out life at roughly 1 litre or 1,000 mils. As you can see, the angels have had their share, and by angels I mean large men with beards. So obviously this is going to be slightly different to the one I've just made, but I figured I'd give you a rundown on what this tastes like. On the nose, it is super smooth now. There's no alcohol burn whatsoever, even at a slightly higher proof. There is a slight sort of hint of oakiness, a fair amount of sort of oak butteriness actually, which is interesting. And I think perhaps the overall sweetness has been bumped up on the nose just a little bit. On the palate, it is definitely a little bit smoother than the straight FFV, and the wood notes are coming through. I'm getting a little bit of sort of sweetness and caramelness, oakiness, that sort of slick, almost buttery feeling. But what is really surprising to me is that it's really accentuated the clove, the white pepper, and somewhere between aniseed and licorice flavors that were only just there in the standard FFV. So I have to say, overall, I'm really happy with this, which is why I'm making another 1.5 liters of it. Vodka to me is great, and I guess it's cool for mixing and stuff, but it's not something that I'm going to sit around and drink by itself. This, on the other hand, I'm totally happy to have a sip of this every now and again and just sit and enjoy it neat, which is really cool. So anyway, guys, if you decided to make an FFV, which I totally recommend, by the way, I would really urge you to try it on oak, because I'm really surprised with this. This has been really good. Anyway, thanks a bunch for watching, guys. If you're wondering what the heck FFV is, I'll stick a card up top to the original videos for this. Thanks for watching, team. I'll see you next time. See ya.